I 41M am trying to reconcile with my cheating wife 35F. Am I allowed to ask for a proof of trust? Story 1. Background info: together for 13 years, 9 years married, 2 kids 6 and 1. Prologue: 2 years ago, my wife asked me to sell her old phone. I thought it would be good idea to save all the images of our kids before erasing it, and accidentally stumbled upon some implicit nudes of her in the sent folder of a messenger. I confronted her. She admitted sending them, but assured it was only to one of her female friends. Although she did not want to disclose the recipient, I believed her and never brought it up again. 3 months ago, I found out my wife was cheating on me. I had to find out the hard way, by being alerted by suspicious behavior and putting small pieces of evidence together. To fully understand my question, I have to go in detail here. We were always a very close couple, spent most of our time together and generally enjoyed each other company. We were not only lovers, but also best friends. When traveling, we sometimes spent several months together 24 hours a day without being uncomfortable. A few months ago, my wife suddenly changed, saying that she needs timeouts from busy family life and wants to be alone. She told me she would go for long walks or meet distant friends. I was completely fine with that at first. Suspicion began to raise slowly, as her stories became more and more implausible. I finally confronted her with some solid proofs of her lies, and she confessed the affair a day later. She also admitted that many of her timeouts were just an excuse to meet the other guy. My wife promised to end the affair immediately. I believed her, and as I still love her, I decided that I was willing to forgive her. Since then we didn't really move forward. She agreed to marriage counseling, but stays distant, says that she wants to be alone, is unsure about her feelings for me and needs time to find out if she still wants to be with me. If I make a move towards her, for example ask her out for dinner, she mostly considers this as pressure. So, for the moment I have no other option than to stay calm and give her time. I can handle the uncertain future fairly good, but I am struggling to trust her again. She still goes for long walks regularly, and sometimes this triggers me quite hard. While she is away, I often feel miserable, thinking how she might be cheating again. I find myself seeking for proof of my suspicion, like I found the last time. I know that trust cannot be built up by control, and controlling behavior will not help her feelings for me to return, so mostly I don't tell her anymore, when I feel the urge to control her. I talked to her about my bad feelings at first and suggested to turn on the location tracking feature of her phone during her walks. Just for a limited time, until I feel better. We had a long discussion about it, but in the end, she did not agree, as she doesn't want to be controlled and doesn't think it is helpful to regain trust. My trust slightly improved over the last few weeks. We made some very small progress in our relationship, and I am learning to deal with trigger moments. Until 2 days ago. I don't know what exactly was the cause, but I felt like seeing warning signals again that evening. She told me that she was on the phone with a friend while she was away. I didn't say anything that evening, but spoke to her the next day. I explained very calmly that I felt uncomfortable that evening and that she could help me very much if she would show me the call list of her phone to prove that she was really on the phone with her friend. She got very angry, telling me she won't let me see it, as it would be an invasion into her privacy and I should work on my controlling behavior. Am I right in thinking That either she is lying to me again or not wanting to work on our relationship at all in making a step towards me. Or is she right in saying that control should never be an option and there have to be other ways to re-establish trust? Update. Wow, thank you for all the replies. I honestly did not expect such a clear answer to my question. I was very doubtful about my point of view. Your comments helped me to open my eyes. I just told her that I do not want to continue our relationship anymore. Big thank you for all your advice. Story 2. Wife 38 is cheating on me 41 and won't end it. I found out my wife of 19 years has been having an affair with a co-worker. It's been going on for about 2 months. She's been to his house several times and they meet after work to sit in his car and eat and talk and whatever for about 30 minutes on the 2 days a week she works. I've confronted her and she reluctantly admitted it all. We have 5 kids under 18 years old and just bought our dream house in July. I asked her to break it off and she said she's confused and needs more time. She knows she still loves me and we have a great relationship other than some affection issues apparently. We get along great and truly enjoy each other's company. But she has really strong feelings for him. He's a 48-year-old busboy at a restaurant, and lives with his family. I'm fairly successful and we're finally overcoming our financial struggles we've had in the past. Life was just getting good and she knows it, but she seems addicted to the feeling of new love lust she gets from him. She says she's pretty sure she doesn't want a divorce but she's really confused. Should I give her time and try to show her I'm the better choice while I hope for the infatuation to wear off, or does that never work? Update. She has removed him from our lives. We're going to try to work it out. But if there's even a text between the two of them, it's off. I've been through enough and won't do it again. The love I have for her is strong, but that whole ducking episode was out of line. We'll see what happens. Thanks sincerely to those who took the dynamics of a 19-year marriage into account and didn't just call me a pussy and a doormat. Also, thanks for the pessimism and insults from those who told me to just throw a quarter century of love away. There's a point where pride and ego can cause more problems than they solve. Of course I felt trampled on. Of course I felt stupid for even listening to her. And of course there's still a chance that it either isn't over completely or it will happen again. But our 5 kids may never need to know their role model of a mother made such a mistake and they aren't going to have their lives upended immediately. And, if 30 years from now we're still as happy as we have been for the vast majority of the last 23, I'll be glad I didn't throw her out based on my immediate emotions. Do people even try nowadays? Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1. She has her cake, she's also eating it. You've basically just added some icing and a cherry to it by considering giving her time because she's confused. She has a husband and children, and is completely disregarding your relationship with her, and her responsibilities to her children. You need to remember the responsibility you have to your children. They are number one now. No questions asked. At the moment you're teaching them it's okay for your wife to not respect you, that you have no respect for yourself. And let me tell you, she's not respecting you at all. At all. She's being incredibly selfish to the detriment of your family. She's not confused, she's only erring because you provide her a nice place to live. If you let her, she'd be over at this guy's house multiple days of the week and spending your earned money on lingerie. People who love people, Don't duck over that person they love by cheating and not considering their feelings or the impact it will have on them. She lied to you for 2 months. Like, honestly, dude. And really, even if you waited around and she picked you in the end, are you really going to be able to trust she won't do this again? She won't cheat. Because you not doing anything is basically telling her that you're a doormat. She's not ending it with him, because you're not ending it with her. She's sitting pretty right now. Get yourself a lawyer and get your head out of the clouds. Redditor 2, consult a lawyer. You have no obligation to stay. Hope it was worth it for her. It takes the consent of both people to start in a relationship, but only one to end it. You do not need her permission. Depending on the state, you may not have to pay alimony if you divorce because of infidelity. Get custody child support squared away ASAP. Christ Almighty. He's a 48-year-old busboy that lives with mom and dad. She ducked herself big time. If you go to the store in the near future, new sure to pick up some self-respect, cause you seem to be out. Redditor 3, wow. I'm dumbstruck by how okay you are with being second choice. You might as well tattoo it across your forehead. Divorce her and get some damn self-respect. Redditor 4, good goad. You're asking Reddit if you should let your cheating wife keep ducking another man. Have some self-respect. I wouldn't take her back even if she came begging and crying and pleading. Have some dignity, hire a lawyer. She obviously doesn't love you. Even if you eventually twist her arm to stop ducking the studly busboy. Cut your losses.